son. Where'd you find this?
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
A few moments later.
You are now listening to Podcast 42, the world's most popular, inaccurate, and sometimes squirreled retelling of pop culture history.
Cole, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
It's all you to carry us home.
Yeah. This little show is yours.
Carry on our
She's
wayward
gonna
Nicole.
let us shine. Taffy Butt, tell me a song right now.
You sound a little bit like a singer.
A singer?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a singer.
Don't worry, neither is this person.
Crap, why is the name escaping me? It'll come to me by the end of the episode.
The end of
Weird
the
Al.
episode, I will be...
Which, we are Podcast 42. The guy singing was...
James. I
The
am
British
James.
guy.
I am James Duncan, and I was singing.
And I am Christopher DeVos.
I'm Nicole Fasone.
Oh, and I'm J.L. Tros.
And this is part 2 of Bob's Burgers.
Best show ever.
In part 1, we learned secrets like Jimmy Pesto's in the window of the exterminator van at the opening of the show.
Which is different every time. As is the storefront next to Bob's Burgers.
Which was your favorite storefront? Deep
Oh
breaths.
gosh, see, you didn't even give me time to like.
No,
go
just
back.
on the spot. Keep going. Go off the cuff.
I
I
can't remember. I
Synthesizer,
can't remember. This
synthesizer,
is so on the
synthesizers.
spot. Why would you do
My
something
favorite
like that on
storefront is That's a doorbell. Doorbells.
the spot? Yeah. If only you said that right the first time. I really don't remember. There are plenty of them where I'm like, those are hilarious, but I can't come up with it off the top of my
That's
head.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Really? You've come with everything else to get off the top of your head.
I know.
You know what my favorite part of part 1 was?
What?
We dispelled the rumor that Bob's Burgers lives in Seymour Bay, which is a big Bob's Burgers fandom, and it's wrong.
Wrong fandom.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong. Absolutely wrong.
You're wrong, fandoms. You're not real fans. You're wrong.
Oh, don't tell them that.
Well, make them angry. They'll listen more.
Will they?
I don't know. It might work one either way or the
They'll
not.
turn us off.
So we left off. We were talking about the lead characters. We learned about Bob. We learned about Linda. And now
How they're
it's
all
time.
voiced by men.
Yes. Well, except for Louise. But yes, those two are definitely voiced by men. We are going to go into the kids now, starting off with
Tina.
Tina.
A fan favorite.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
One of everybody's favorites. I think
She's a-
Teddy and Tina are probably the two top favorites that everyone
I don't
talks
know.
about.
Louise is probably my favorite.
Louise is hilarious. They're all so perfect in their own way. That's why it's such a good show. You could just love every one of the characters because of their individuality.
I'm going to go around the room. I'm going to give you all a character. Who would you be? Chris? I think you'd be Bob.
I could probably be Bob.
I feel you'd be Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chris is Bob.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, I think, Nicole, you would be Tina.
I am Tina.
You are Tina.
I'm
Everyday
a
life.
smart, strong, sensual woman.
I see JL being Gene.
Yeah.
Wait,
that
so
one.
who's Teddy?
James.
You're Teddy?
I don't know. 'cause,
No, I don't think
know.
he's Teddy.
You're not Louise.
I definitely am not Louise because she's far too crafty and evil.
I feel like Keely would be Louise.
Yes. Now Keely would be Louise.
You could be Mom.
No.
I'm not a raging alcoholic.
But
No,
she's got
you're
other
just an
qualities
alcoholic.
besides the alcohol.
I don't know. Maybe.
You're Jimmy Pesto.
Like
Right.
she's very enthusiastic and
likes to go
No,
to.
but he's not Linda. He's
No.
not Linda.
Maybe I'm no one. Maybe I'm just James.
you're the aquarium owner.
You're Mort. No morticianer.
I don't know Mort too well. The episodes I've seen have never had Mort in it.
Oh my gosh. So
Is
there was
he
one
Hugo?
episode where, that one that I was just talking about where Tina wrecks the car. So their car's in the shop. So Mort's like, oh, I could drive you around. We could drive in the hearse.
The episode you're talking about off mic?
Yes, off mic.
Okay.
Where
Just
Tina
to
wrecks-
catch everybody
Yes,
up.
we were talking about the episode Tina Resaurus Rex, but I mentioned it as one of the best episodes to watch earlier, so it's not totally lost.
Okay, but people may not know that scene's
right.
in there.
Yes.
Like me, I didn't know that.
Okay, well now you know.
The more you know.
The more you know. So Tina wrecks the car, and their car's in the shop. So Mort tells everybody, like, hey, well, I'll drive you around in the hearse. So Jean and Louise get very excited. And so Louise calls shotgun and Jean calls coffin. And she's like, no, fair, I want coffin. And he's like, okay, good. I'm too scared to ride coffin.
Oh, boy.
I love the show.
Yeah, you might have actually hit the nail on the head for who I am.
I want to do it. Don't want to do it.
Hey.
All right, going into Tina. Tina Ruth Belcher is the oldest child. She is a hopeless romantic, has a powerful sex drive, and is awkward in social settings. She is voiced by Dan Mintz.
Yeah, James is giving me that look like it's definitely Nicole.
And if you've ever seen Dan Mintz stand up, he's not really acting as Tina. That's him.
It's just
completely.
him, yep.
Yeah, I think the only thing he added is the groans. Yeah, he doesn't do that. But other than that, it's actually his humor is a lot of Tina.
Yeah.
Tina is that quirky girl transitioning from childhood to adolescence. The child in her still clings to her love for horses, rainbows, butts, and zombies, while the fledgling teenager inside of her calls out to fantasize about zombies making out, or her crush Jimmy Pesto Jr. She writes her feelings/activities in her diary and likes to write erotic fiction whether it be about friends or other people's works.
Yes.
Be awkward. Does she does one like about her parents?
I don't know.
I don't remember her doing that.
That would be not right.
No, that's why I'm asking. If that had happened, that'd be really weird.
I just remember she was getting ready to read her erotic friend fiction to the entire school. And Bob and Linda tried to go to the assembly to stop it, and she started reading it to everybody.
I think it was the one that she wrote the play about the turkey, and then Jean and Louise hijacked it.
I've got the gluts. Do you have the guts? Yes.
Is that a song from the show?
That's a song from the show.
Okay.
Sorry, she just stole my stuff. It's fine.
Sorry.
Tina has little to no social skills. Sorry, shall we
Hey.
Nicole has little to no social skills. She is often heard groaning when under pressure. She also tends to speak in a monotone or hide, and often takes everything very literal.
Like her movies.
And yeah. Louise thinks Tina is autistic. So do I. But the rest of the family disagrees with this. Tina doesn't show emotions very well, but displays quite a bit of self-confidence and often refers to her as smart, strong, and essential woman. Oh my God. You're
But I show my emotions like nobody's business, so that part is not reflective of me.
Taffy Butt is Tina. Tina's usual attire. Tina's usual attire requires of a light blue t-shirt, a navy blue skirt, white tube socks, and with a red stripe, and black high-top sneakers.
Do you know how many people say that Tina is their spirit animal?
She is.
Really?
She's
Yeah.
perfect.
I know quite a few people that say that. Like Nicole.
Like me. Tina, you understand Tina when you watch the show. You're like, I get it. I get everything you're thinking. Because everybody's been in that stage before.
I haven't been in that stage
No.
before.
Are you sure? Have you watched enough of the show?
He's never been a teenage girl, so...
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
I've never been a teenage girl voiced by a guy, that's for sure.
But, you know...
Wait, what?
Wait a minute, what?
Nothing.
What?
Girl.
I don't know, it seemed like the thing to say.
You know, just like Nicole, Tina has several love interests besides Jimmy Pesto Jr., including Nathan, a boy she met at a recording of Get On Up with Chuck and Pam. Nathan has a weird crush on Pam and uses Tina to try and get close to her.
What's the weird crush on Pam? Nicole, do you remember?
I think that was an episode where they were at like a news studio and he was like some person on the show. They brought their son to work and the son had a crush on the female co-anchor and Tina had a crush on him, but the co-anchor liked Tina. So he was like, "Oh, if you guys are getting along, maybe you can introduce me to her," something like that. And Tina was like, "Oh, okay. Like if it'll make you happy, I'll introduce you to her."
Okay.
Unbeknownst to Tina, that
Didn't
she
seem
was
that
helping.
weird.
Yes,
Then there was Josh, a boy she met lurking in the dairy case at Fresh Feed.
that one was funny. So Linda was working at the grocery store, and Tina was behind the milk cartons, and some boy was reaching in to the back of the milk cartons, and he had a Band-Aid on his finger, and they were bonding, and then the Band-Aid came off, and then she like didn't actually get to meet him. So she went around trying to find the person whose Band-Aid fit the finger.
If this was South Park, they would have got AIDS. Did I knock you off track?
Yes, because I started mapping out the episode of South Park where this would happen.
Yeah.
And all I
Am I
thought of was
wrong?
the episode where Cartman was giving out the burgers. And the
Asperger's.
Asperger's episode that he was the secret ingredient
Yeah.
was he was putting them on his ass. Oh, Jonas, a new delivery boy at Reggie's Deli, who plays the melodica.
I don't know what that is.
It's an instrument.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank
So
you, Dr.
Wikipedia.
Instrument. You explained that so well that
It's an instrument.
Is that like a harmonica or something?
I don't know.
What's a drum?
I hate you all.
Okay, Tina.
What's a burger? It's a
Even
food.
if I played a melodica?
Yes.
Jeff was a ghost who lived inside a shoebox.
Yes.
That was a great
that's a
episode.
good one.
And then
He now
Tammy
resides
tried
in Nicole's closet.
And then Tammy tried to steal the ghost from Tina, and she wrote on the mirror to make it seem like the ghost had written that he wanted to be with Tammy instead of Tina.
Oh, that's not right.
It was so funny.
We watched that one recently, me and you.
Yeah.
Jordan Kagan, a boy that does graffiti known as Ghost Boy. Is Ghost Boy Jeff?
Yes.
I don't remember that
No,
one.
it's not at all. No, it's just the same kind of principle.
Oh. Then there was also Joe Harrison. Joe Harrison is a boy with whom Tina makes eye contact with, and after learning that he's in detention after their first meet, she sabotages Mr. Franz's reading week display in order to be detained with him.
How romantic.
Aww. Who hasn't gone to detention to be with somebody they want to?
You have done every one of these things,
I'm
haven't you?
not. No way. I've never been in detention.
I would not go to
Oh,
detention
see, that
for
was the only
somebody.
reason I went to detention once.
To be with a girl.
No,
Yes.
forget that. If she gets in trouble, goes to detention, she's on her own. That's a bad seed right there.
I know, I got kicked out of detention. They were like, you don't belong here. Get out.
Got kicked out of
I
detention.
got kicked out of it. I couldn't
I got
believe
to
it.
detention from going to detention.
Yeah.
He sneaks into detention, so give him detention.
And then they gave me detention.
He just wants attention and
Yeah.
detention.
That's all I wanted.
Attention Detention is the name of my rock and roll band.
Oh, that's going to be my new album. Henry Haber. Henry is attracted to her due to her mad debating skills in debate club. They have a debate on whether they should date. God being Henry and Pro being Tina. Tina wins the debate. During finals, she begins to have a crush on a New Zealand boy, Duncan, because boys with long necks and thick accents or speech impediments are her weakness.
Oh, James, watch
James.
out. You and your long neck.
That's right.
And my speech impediment.
Yep. They've been listening to your read. So Tina ends up kissing Duncan. Tina eventually breaks up with Henry due to her not being able to fall in love with him.
Aw.
Womp, womp, womp.
Oh, there's still more.
Yeah.
There
one
is
more.
One more. Daryl
From The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Tina and Daryl enter as Cupid's couple at the Valentine's dance so Daryl can get near his crush, Rosa Batista. The plan works, but Tina develops genuine feelings for Daryl. She later tells Rosa about their staged romance. Rosa leaves Daryl, but they later make up over the video game Moats.
Okay, so here's the thing. Do you know who
Moet.
voices Daryl?
Daryl from The Walking Dead. We just said it.
No, that's
Yeah.
not who voices him.
Daryl from The Office.
No, not Daryl from The Office.
Somebody from The Office.
No, but a very similar show to The Office.
Somebody from Parks and Rec.
Yes, Aziz Ansari voices Daryl.
Oh.
So Daryl is actually a recurring character.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that was a recurring, yes.
He was in the episode that we previously mentioned where Bob was playing the video games and Jimmy Pesto beat him and wrote Bob Sucks on the video game. Daryl is a video gamer and helped Bob learn how to beat the Burger Boss video game.
But the funny thing is, though, they ripped this off from The Simpsons. Because Homer did this.
Everything's ripped off. From
And
The
then, but the thing
Simpsons.
is, in The Walking Dead, ripped this off from Bob's Burgers and The Simpsons. So how many times has this been ripped off the video game, the dad pays, or the video game has been brought into the storyline?
It was really funny. In that episode, too, the kids, so they're basically at a Chuck E. Cheese's while Bob is practicing on the Burger Boss game. And he can't go without his kids, so he takes his kids out of school so he could go and practice his video game. And the kids wind up crashing all the birthday parties that are being held there. So they just, for days on end, eat cake and pizza and are crashing all the other kids' birthday parties at this Chuck E. Cheese type place. It's a lot of fun.
It sounds like something we would do.
It's awesome.
I've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese.
Really?
How can you've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese?
Don't have them in England, and I don't have.
We're going to
children
take you to Chuck E. Cheese.
I have to borrow Lex and go. That sounds like it'll cost me a lot of money.
No.
No.
I used to really like their pizza.
Well, he is into the video games now, so you might be in trouble.
Money,
He
please.
sucks at Space Invaders.
Well, you showed me the
And-
video of him crashing Lightning McQueen.
What is that other one that you guys
Air
were playing?
hockey.
Air hockey.
Yeah, I do not play air hockey.
You only
with
play
him.
skee ball there. That's the only game.
Oh, he's not good at skee ball?
That's not rigged.
He almost hit at least 4 people playing skee ball.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah. He was trying to roll the ball up, but instead he'd release it too soon and he'd almost hit somebody.
Oh gosh.
By
It's
the
funny
way,
the first 2 times.
if you go to Chuck E. Cheese and you play that one game where the light goes around in a circle and you have to hit the button to get it in between the 2 little thingies
Yeah.
to win,
Yeah.
that game is super rigged. Don't ever play it.
No, of course.
I mean, it's beyond rigged.
We're going to let Gary play it.
It's actually the owners can set that game to win a certain amount of times, and that's it.
Well, that's how it works with the claw games. They have to earn enough money in order to actually let the claw successfully pick up a toy, or where you do the one where it has the light going around and you could win one of the prizes that will drop. Like you could win a Nintendo Switch, but it has to earn enough to pay for the cheapest prize that's in the machine before it ever lets you win any prize in the machine.
The funny thing I've ever seen, though, at one of these places that we had in England, like our beach fronts, we had the pier and they'd always have the slot machines and stuff down there. But it was a claw machine that had gone wrong, so every time you put money in, it didn't let you play it. It just picked up a toy and gave it to you.
That's awesome.
It was the best thing ever. So kids were walking out with like 50 toys, and like everyone's like, "Oh!" But they honestly would put the money in, it would automatically grab one and put it out, and that was it.
That's very cool.
Kind of like Rogue One.
Some quick Tina facts. Tina is a member of Thunder Girls Troop 119. She has a shoe size of 8.5.
What size are your shoes?
8.5.
Nuh-uh.
Swear to God.
Wow.
The similarities don't stop there.
This is all new to me, so it's kind of funny at the same time. All of Tina's love interests, with the exception of Nathan, Henry Haber, and Daryl, have names that start with the letter J. Tina likes parrots.
Dislikes parrots.
I'm sorry. Tina dislikes parrots.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, you
It
should
is.
let me say that to her.
Tina is the secretary of a Boys for Now fan club.
Are those like Boys to Men?
Though it's such a funny episode.
In Sync? Backstreet Boys?
Yes,
98
kind of.
Degrees?
So Tina really wants to go see the show, and Louise goes with her. And Louise is like, "This is so lame. Who would ever like anything like this?" And then Louise, who is just hitting slight puberty, decides that she actually is in love with one of the boys just because she wants to smack him. She wants to smack him so bad that she's in love with him. That's funny. Tina has a body pillow named Jeffrey, another J name. Tina has shoplifted a tube of chapstick. And Tina hasn't had a new pair of glasses since she was 6 years old. That comes up in the episode The Bleakening.
Eugene Belcher is the middle child of Bob and Linda Belcher. Gene is an inspiring musician and loves a good prank. He is voiced by Eugene Merman, who has a great voice. I love Eugene Merman's voice. Gene's hobby is to pester everyone around him by using sound effects, whether it is his Casio SX5 keyboard or his megaphone. He often records fart sounds and uses them as sound effects in additions to his music. Gene takes after Bob so much that once he began to dress and act like Bob when he was told that he was destined to look like him when he gets older.
That was great, too.
I remember that episode.
I actually saw that episode. Gene has a passion for performance art, joke telling, and songwriting. Gene knows how to play the tambourine and the guitar. However, it is discovered that Gene only knows how to play in 2 keys.
That's worked for a lot of bands, though.
Yes.
Green Day.
AC/DC, the Ramones, pretty much every punk band.
There's actually one episode that I watched recently was the one about art, not performance art. It was about anal anuses in the restaurant, and it was artwork. And
I
they
saw that one too.
And it's the walls, and they become an art studio for the sister-in-law, and it's all anuses, and Bob becomes obsessed with becoming an art critic. Again, just the most random things you can put in that makes people chuckle. Animal asses, anuses. Gene has a phobia of snakes, which I would probably be scared of snakes, but I've got over them living in Florida. And is considered a free spirit and irresponsible. Gene also displays a love of fashion and even once created his own fashion line by finding stuff in the garbage. JL?
No, I've never done that.
Okay. Gene also loves food and often inquires about eating in most episodes. Gene stands at 4'8" and wears a yellow shirt, blue shorts, and a red All-Star Converse sneakers. Sometimes when promoting the restaurant, he wears a burger costume, which is pretty hilarious. He's generally considered overweight and blames it on eating on an ice cream sandwich once.
Do you ever wonder why the people who make animated shows never change their clothes? Do you think it's just for familiarity of the character? Or, I mean, it's not like the old style, I guess.
Merchandise.
I think it's all merchandise.
That way you don't have to make new scenes all the time. You can reuse the same.
Yeah, but it's not like the old style, like the Flintstones and all that, where you basically drew a couple Fred Flintstones and then moved that particular one.
You mean like the driving scenes where you can obviously tell?
Yeah, where they just rehash them over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, also
Because it's all on computer now.
think about this too when they have the shirts. If you think a lot of animated characters, their shirts are all plain shirts, not logos or really a lot of graphics on their shirts, because as they're moving, you have to animate the moving stuff and what happens when you see every angle. So if they just have plain looking clothing, it's a lot easier for the characters to move around and switch sides and turn and everything without having to individually edit each
Well, then he
animated
could wear
sequence.
a green shirt in one episode
But then
and a
the-
red shirt.
The only character I can think of changing his clothes once was Bart Simpson.
Is who?
Bart
Once?
Simpson.
Changes it regularly or
No.
just once?
He had it like for one of the first season. He wore all blue. He wore a blue
I don't
shirt.
remember that.
Yeah, he wore
I
blue.
remember merchandise of him having a darker blue shorts and a
Yeah.
lighter blue shirt.
Yep, and then he changed shirts. He went
And
to
then that's when he went to the orange shirt.
yeah. So
Okay.
there was
It's a
that.
brand recognition thing, I think.
The video
for
game.
Sure.
Yeah, I
The
think you
Simpsons
hit it on the
arcade.
head.
Yeah, Simpsons
He had the
Arcade.
blue shirt.
I think you hit it on the head with the merchandising thing.
I think it's
And
just-
brand recognition, probably. It's just, it's
It's been
always
going on
curious
for
to me.
100 years.
Well, Simpsons will go for 100 years.
No, I'm talking about like just that. Like you look at Mickey Mouse, he hasn't changed clothes ever.
Well, that's a little bit different than a human, I think.
Why?
but-
You're saying he can't have a different pair of shorts?
Well, he could have a different pair of shorts, I guess.
I mean, he has his Steamboat Willie type clothes and his
Yeah, but still, what do you think?
Maestro Mickey Mouse clothes and his regular Mickey
Okay, but if you think
shorts
classic Mickey
and-
Mouse, you think Bart Simpson, you think Fred Flintstone. You see their whole outfits, don't you?
Yeah.
Exactly,
So-
brand recognition.
Although Mickey has two that pop into my mind that are iconic.
You're thinking Sorcerer Mickey.
Yep, Sorcerer and the shorts.
Sorcerer Mickey's the best.
I
of
thought
all
Bob's
the Mickeys.
Burgers was your favorite.
I said Sorcerer Mickey is my favorite of all the Mickeys. If you were listening, you
No,
would
I
have
wasn't.
heard.
No, nobody
what
else.
if Bob dressed up as Sorcerer Mickey? What would you think of that? Pretty cool, huh?
It would be pretty cool.
She'd be like, oh.
And he'd drink all the
She'd
absinthe.
make a body pillow
and he
of
would,
that.
No, he would drink all of the absinthe. He'd be dressed as Sorcerer Mickey, and he would see all of the brooms in the restaurant dancing around him, and it would not be happening. That was a funny episode, the Thanksgiving episode where he drank the absinthe.
Oh, I don't know that one.
You said you liked the Thanksgiving episodes.
I
you don't
saw
remember it?
the turkey in the toilet one.
You have.
Ah, the turkey in the
That
toilet.
was a good one. All right, you should see the other one that I'm talking about. But anyway,
I'll watch it right now.
okay.
Oh, good. While you're doing that, I'll give you some quick facts about Gene. Gene is the only belcher with visible ears. Did you know that, Nicole?
No, I did not notice.
Well, now we all will.
Now you'll definitely notice it.
That's right.
Like right there. Only one on this cookbook that I could see his ears.
That everyone can see.
Yes.
Yes. Everybody, look at this cookbook that Nicole is holding up. No, Nicole, you're holding it the wrong way. They can't see it now. Never going to do that right. So, Big Bob wanted Gene to be named Bob after him like his father before him. Gene had a secret cat living under his bed for 8 months. He also sometimes uses the litter box under his bed.
That sounds like
That's kind of genius.
Yeah, I don't want to go more.
Gene has a 28-year-old albino friend named Ken who does improvised hip-hop. It is unknown if Ken is imaginary or not.
JL has read ahead in the script and can now not get through his line.
Nope.
I'm glad it's for you this week.
Breathe hard. Take a deep breath. You got all the time in
Okay.
the world.
All right.
These long pauses work well for radio.
I'm sure they do. Sure they do. Because Gene...
What does Gene
Do you
do,
need me to say
JL?
it? I won't say it if you
How
don't
did
do
you
it.
find this? Because it's a real thing.
Oh.
It's in an episode.
It's
Gene
out
calls
there.
his testicles two small coincidences, which I am now going to steal.
Teach that to Lex.
His new favorite phrase is "holy crap," so we might as well teach him that too. So
There could be worse phrases. Be glad he
there
likes
really
that one.
are. There really are. Gene doesn't know his middle name because Linda won't tell him. Wow, I wish my family would have done that. So, Gene's favorite candy is Chunky Blastoffs, manufactured by Sprat Sweets. On one of his birthdays, he sat on the toilet for so long. The clown that was hired had to come into the bathroom to entertain. I am so glad that happened to somebody besides me.
Yeah, Gene and his poops. He often talks about how he likes to do record poops or how he's saving it for a big occasion or something like that.
I
comes
don't know
up
how
a
anyone
lot.
could save their
It's
poops.
what? How can you? What? Does nobody talk about their poops?
I mean,
I generally don't know.
I
You
talk
don't?
about
Oh, that's my biggest fear is having to look at you guys and going, I got to poop in the middle of a podcast.
poop in the podcast.
Pooping podcast. I'm just going to take the microphone with me and start going, hey, I'm still here.
You know, I think you should start a second podcast of you hosting and call it the Pooping Podcast.
I am. My co-host is going to be Keely.
Oh, yeah, that's a good choice.
You guys can
Battle
read,
poops.
You guys could read out of the
Battle
book.
poops.
You could read out of the book that I just got her for her bathroom, one of those little bathroom book reads. It's called What's Your Poo Telling You? And it explains all the different types of poops and what it means inside of your body.
That's weird, because I got her a bathroom book, too, called War and Peace, and she finished it in one poop. She was in the bathroom that long. For those who don't know, War
I
and
just
Peace
figured-
is 10,000 billion pages long.
I just figured What's Your Poo Telling You is a nice bathroom read, so at least you know what's going
Yeah,
on
I know. That
down
way I'm
there.
standing up like this, hovering over a toilet, going, oh, hey, what's my poop look like?
Oh, no,
there
that
we
would
go.
scare me to death. I'll be like, oh, my gosh, I gotta get to a doctor now. I don't want to know.
It's the WebMD of books for poops.
Basically.
It's best not to know why the poop is blue.
So then we finally get to Louise Belcher. She's the youngest member of the family, and she has an off-balance sense of humor and a hunger for conflict, and is voiced by Kristen Shaw. Louise is hilarious. She stands at 4 foot, and she likes to wear her hair in pigtails with yellow ties, and is almost never seen without wearing her pink rabbit ear hat. She sports a green frock and black sockless Mary Jane shoes. Her ears are a staple kind of thing that you could buy.
Didn't she lose them one time?
She did.
And
Somebody
then,
stole them.
And then she hired hitmen, right?
Yes, she was very upset when she lost her ears, and she had to try and get them back. A witch, also stole Tina's hair clip one time, and she didn't feel like Tina, so they get their signature items stolen from them a lot in the show.
I tried to find information about the hat and why they chose that, because it's become such an iconic part of the show, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm going to have to call Lauren himself, I think.
Yeah.
Call him up and say, hey,
What's the deal?
what's the story behind the hat? I'm surprised no interviewer ever asked him
Like, why the hat?
why that particular hat, and it's a big deal. I even, before I watched the show, I knew about that hat.
Interesting. Yeah, because you see it around all the conventions and
Yeah,
everything, of course.
everywhere.
Louise has a
Machiavellian.
Machiavellian and controlling personality. She likes
Macchiato?
to, I'm sorry?
Yes, caramel macchiato.
She likes to manipulate people into thinking or acting in a certain way. And Louise is incredibly cunning and intelligent. Even if she is blamed for something, she's usually able to charm herself out of the situation. She likes to cause pain and misfortune to others, and Louise occasionally has a soft side, especially to her father. She loves to collect Coochie Copy-themed objects, from nightlights to radios.
It's not Coochie Kobe.
Coochie Copy, I'm sorry.
They're
All
great.
right, I just want to make sure, because my youngest daughter loves Coochie Kobe, and she runs around saying it. So
Now, is that a real thing outside of Bob's Burgers?
No.
It's just from
No.
Bob's Burgers that it's become so big.
it is now.
Yes, that's what I mean.
And there's a lot. There's a lot.
There's a whole episode about her Coochie Copy.
Yeah, it's about her losing and then having to get another one.
No, she had the flu, and Bob and Linda like melted it by accident.
Oh, that was it, and it was deformed, and then
Yeah.
they had the deformed one.
And then Teddy was like, "I'll just get my welding stuff, and that'll fix it." And it did not fix it.
And then
she was dreaming about it, and it was all deformed. And she was like, "Should I be trusting you? You don't look like my regular one."
I think that was a requested episode.
I think it was the fan one as well.
Yeah, it was funny.
I'm not like I like Bob's Burgers, but I'm not like super fan. And the two super fans in my family were so excited when they found out that this episode was coming out.
Yeah.
But they've done write-ins like Family Guy, though. They have people write in and they do the fan
They had a
special.
whole episode where it was like guest animator styles.
That was cool.
That was
That
it was
was
a
really
brunch
cool.
episode.
It was actually hard to follow, but the concept was cool.
Yeah.
When you're done listening to this, here is something else you can sink your ear holes into.
Check out what's been going on with the Pop Culture Cosmos Show and the PCC Multiverse.
I see the potential for basically like another Netflix kind of paradigm shift where here comes this other major player. They have a ton of resources. Apple could change the way that entertainment is consumed.
They say it's the only time this year that you'll have stars from each brand battling each other, and we know it's not going to be the case, but they like to say that, and more power to them, I guess.
Well, it's a big first step, bringing all those superheroes together. There were definitely some parts of the movie that I really enjoyed, and then there were some parts that I thought just kind of fell short of expectation.
Part of it has to be something to do with how it's being promoted, and this is a thing where audiences do not agree with critics.
That's the Pop Culture Cosmos Show.
And the PCC Multiverse, every week on the Podcast Radio Network and Apple Podcasts.
And over a dozen of your favorite streaming and podcasting options.
Some Louise quick facts. She has a fear of the dentist.
Me
Who
too.
doesn't?
Who doesn't? That's true.
Louise might be interested in the goth subculture. Louise does
Who
not
isn't?
like... Yeah, that's true, too. Louise does not like to be separated from her possessions. She would try to cover her head with something else if she were to ever lose her rabbit ears. That
She
must
used
be
a
the
hoodie.
episode you were talking about.
Yes.
Louise tends to get angry rather easily. Louise picks locks for hobby. She's a fan of Japanese culture. Louise is planning to take over the family restaurant. And she only poops once a week, unlike JL and Keeley. Louise hates Canada.
How can you hate Canada?
Who doesn't hate Canada?
Canada's so nice. They just mind their own business. They don't get involved in anything.
They get involved in everything. They're constantly sticking their nose in. They're mean. They have
opinionated,
terrible comedians that invade our country.
Not even get started on the music.
So
yeah, his music's horrible.
I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
Kuchikopi.
Yes.
Do you know what it is outside this room?
What do you
I
mean?
say Kuchikopi. If you don't know Bob's Burger, do you know what it is?
No, probably not.
And so if you're wondering, a Kuchikopi is a green blob peanut-looking thing that has appeared in many forms, such as book character, a nightlight, a toothbrush, a carrier bag, a set of walkie-talkies, and in Bob's and Louise's fantasies. Kuchikopi's origin is unclear, but is thought to be from a Japanese series of books. Kuchikopi is voiced by, guess who?
Who?
That Benjamin guy. The H. John Benjamin.
The guy who never changes his voice for any character.
No, he gets away with it.
Who played Sully on Seinfeld?
Sully?
H. John Benjamin.
No. Patrick Warburton. I think Patrick Warburton.
You mean Putty?
Yeah, Putty.
Putty. I was like, Sully?
Yeah, Sully. He played Sully too. It's an episode
That's
they
his
never
twin
aired.
brother.
Oh, I don't
They never
remember
aired
that.
this episode.
Oh, that could explain
Yeah.
it. Okay.
It's not a name I just randomly made up.
Putty.
Putty. I think they should get Patrick Warburton and H. John Benjamin to do a show together.
I would watch that.
That would be
so
awesome.
Funny.
Can we get Bruce Campbell to be a recurring character?
No, I mean a cartoon, an animated
Yeah,
one.
no. Get Bruce Campbell in there as a recurring character, too.
Does he do a lot of animated stuff?
No, but it'd be great to get him started on it.
It's just JL's dream team. Let's put them together. Why not add Hulk Hogan into?
See, my thing was
The Rock.
H. John Benjamin and Patrick Warburton do tons of animated shows.
They do. They have those voices, though, to do it.
Yeah, they do. I'm jealous.
Like he was Kronk in The Emperor's New Groove.
The best part of that whole movie.
He was the best part of that
And he
movie.
was
Patrick
like
Warburton.
I've never seen.
You never seen The Emperor's New Groove?
Oh, that's a good one.
James.
Have you seen Star Wars?
A while ago.
Rebuttal.
Patrick Warburton was Cartoon Network for a long time.
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was.
Good times.
You know, reviews for the first season were mixed. Feedback for subsequent seasons has been much more positive. The series premiere, Human Flesh, drew in 9.39 million viewers.
That's impressive.
Making it the highest rated series premiere of the season, and finishing 9th in the ratings for the week it aired. Reruns began airing on Cartoon Network's late-night adult programming block, Adult Swim, on June 23rd, 2013, and began airing in syndication on local stations in September 2015.
And that's where the money's at.
Yeah.
That's syndication.
It really is, because if you look at a lot of things, a lot of shows now, you're like, oh, is that still on? Because you see them on so many other channels.
Yeah.
It's all just reruns.
They are.
Bouchard realized he had a hit on his hands when people asked him what he did. What did he do for a living? And they recognized the show he named and got excited. Whereas before, when he said home movies or Dr. Katz, they sort of smiled politely. Also, when the production got complaints from parents over their preschool kids repeating things from the show, they may not have been the best, most appropriate. They knew they were attracting a huge audience. This ended up being a little problematic because although the show is not aimed at young children, families were watching together and it was making an impact.
It was. My youngest daughter is all about Bob's Burgers.
So good.
But she loves Coochie Kobe. That's the thing. It's Coochie Kobe, really, that she loves more than the show.
Which doesn't feature that heavily.
No, I think it's 2 episodes.
And it's always in the background, but
Yeah.
is she just like, Coochie Kobe?
For Christmas, she got a Coochie Kobe blanket. She got a Coochie Kobe nightlight. And that thing was expensive, let me tell you. I was not happy with the price of that.
How big was it?
Like what you would think
You're
a
not
regular
supposed
size
to ask
Coochie
that,
Kobe
Nicole.
would be.
I'm going to ask it. Say again?
Like what you would think, it's in proportion to what you think would be in the show.
So like a little
It's not a big one.
rock
It's
thing.
Would you
yeah,
say
she
it's
can
the
hold
size
it
of
in
a
her
beer
hand.
bottle?
Yeah, the size of a beer bottle.
And
Okay.
I'm going to say it was $74.
It was like $40 or $50
Oh, wow.
For a nightlight?
for a Coochie Kobe nightlight. The blanket was like $15, and that's more useful. Covers your whole body.
The nightlight just there.
Kept you warm in frozen Florida for the last week and a half.
Wow.
Does she have the hat as well? Like the Louise
She does
hat?
have a Louise hat.
Oh. So
She doesn't wear it.
That's a shame. That would have been fun to see her walk around with a Louise hat and a Gucci Kobe.
Tell her
stuff
next
on.
time she comes over, she has to wear it.
I would thought she would wear it all the time. And the ears on the hat, you can bend them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that cost $64.
Her uncle got that for her. Her uncle got her that, and he got her a pop figure of Louise.
I have a Tina Pop figure. Thanks
That's
to
surprised.
James. James
You don't
gives
have
me
the whole
all of my
set?
Pop Burgers stuff.
Because she's Tina. She
I have Tina.
Oh, okay. We're just doing Tina.
Yep, just Tina.
In 2013, TV Guide ranked Bob's Burgers as one of the top 60 greatest TV cartoons of all time.
That's amazing feat for them.
Yeah. The series has been nominated for several awards, including the Emmy Award for Outstanding Animated Program 7 consecutive times, winning in 2014 and 2017.
Wow. Good for them.
So, a comic book series based on the show, published by Dynamite Entertainment, began in August 2014. Wow, that long?
I guess so, yeah.
It's crazy, because I thought it was recent, but all right. At first, Bouchard and the company were nervous about time, resources, and competing with themselves. He was worried about coming up with ideas and doing new ones that enhanced the show without just redoing the show. They decided to take the approach as if the characters themselves were writing the comic book, thus bringing more of fantasy elements to the project. The same writers and animators from the TV show also produced the comic book. So that could be a thing, the Coochie Kobe. Do they feature more in the comic books?
I don't know. I never read
You're
the
gonna have
comic
to go and
books.
find out. You're going to have to start buying them.
I think we have to make a trip to the comic shop to find out.
But I was impressed. This little blurb came from an interview. Somebody interviewed Lauren, and he was really nervous about the comic book. I mean, he really wanted the quality of the show and the quality of the comic book, and he really thought out how they wouldn't intersect and how they would mess up the canon of the TV show and everything. And that just, I mean, a lot of people in Hollywood just probably sit back and go,
money,
I'm
money.
getting this deal and I'm getting that deal and just put it out there. But he really took a lot of care.
Yeah.
A soundtrack album was released on May 12, 2017.
I have it. Thanks to James.
I'm telling
You are a Bob's Burger enabler.
Yes, I'm going to enable her so she is happy in life.
You're on the street corner, and people come to you, and they're like,
Hey,
got the Bob's Burgers merchandise.
Hey, you want this hat? I got a Coochie Kobe.
And they're like, I'm like, I only got $12. And
Come on,
James is like, nope. Got to come up with more.
We all got Bob's Burgers back here.
I actually do sell burgers, so they put Bob on it, and that's it. They're burgers by Bob.
Please, I'll give you my car if I could just have a Bob's Burgers merchandise item.
The soundtrack has 112 songs on it. Most are under 30 seconds.
Because it's all the best songs that they have from the show. So as we were saying earlier, how during the credits, they kind of do a little song to play out the show, and it has something to do with the show or a song that was previously like done inside the episode. They're all on this album, including that wonderful
So they could only
Thanksgiving
find
turkey
112
song.
out of all of these?
That's a lot. Or like Quickie Kiss It. That one was funny. That was a funny episode.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either. It sounds...
That was in the seaplane episode. That was in the seaplane episode that I said everybody should that everybody should watch.
Know your episodes.
I'm learning. I'll go study.
We're gonna have a lot of fun after this, watching all of this, Bob's, just to catch you up.
I can hardly wait. How much beer do I have in the fridge?
I think you just drank the last one.
I may have. So, finally, a film adaptation based on the animated series is in the works and is scheduled for a July 17th, 2020 release.
That's like a birthday gift for me.
I know. We can do a podcast outing that Nicole will finally go to.
I'm busy that day.
What if we got Lauren Bouchard to come and watch it with us?
I want Dan Mintz. I want Dan Mintz to come watch it with us. Tina!
Oh, my
Tina!
gosh.
How dare you get this person? No, you need to get this one.
I want Tina there.
Okay, whatever.
You're already going to be there.
Maybe I don't know Dan Mintz.
Yeah.
Do you know Lauren Bouchard?
No.
Well, then.
He made time. You plan on it, though. I'm going to remind him, hey, she didn't want to hang out with you today. So.
I got 2 years to meet him, though.
That's right, and he's going to remember this. We're just going to reference this episode.
Okay.
Do you remember that episode on Podcast 42 when they said this thing, and then that happened?
You do realize we're on iHeart now, so the audience has gotten bigger.
Yes.
And probably Lauren listens.
That's fine.
And you made him cry.
Do you think he's really going to be offended if I said I wanted to meet the voice of Tina and not him? It's not that I don't want to meet him. I would just want Dan Mintz to be there because he is the voice of Tina, who I am.
I'll call him up and say, "Hey, Lauren, can you come hang out with us?" But
gonna
bring
call
Dan Mintz.
He's gonna call us because he's gonna hear.
You're the
this.
Costanza to her Seinfeld.
You're pretty cool, and you've done all this history stuff in the world of animation. But bring Dan Mintz.
Yep.
Who does this?
Butts.
And this will be the second animated film that Fox is producing, the first being the Simpsons movie.
That's a pretty big feat. Like, they didn't offer Family Guy a movie.
But Family Guy did their Star Wars stuff, which was kind of like a movie.
They didn't offer King of the Hill a movie.
No.
That's probably a good thing.
But then, oh no, because I was thinking Beavis and Butthead, that was MTV. So
Same guy that did King of the Hill, but different network.
Which I think is why they didn't offer King of the Hill.
Because Beavis and Butthead Do America was,
Yeah. Well, you want to do a couple things from your cookbook? We got a couple minutes.
Yeah, so this cookbook is based off of a bunch of the burgers that you find on the Burger of the Day board. So as we previously mentioned, Bob and Louise come up with these punny burger names. So here are a couple of my favorite ones. Eggers Can't Be Cheesers, which is fried egg and cheeseburger, of course. Do the Brussels. There you go. Yeah. Poutine.
Do the Brussels.
Poutine on the Ritz burger.
Oh.
Can you do it like Young Frankenstein, though?
Poutine on the Ritz. No, I can't.
Can't be like, Poutine on the Ritz.
Okay, so you just did it better than I could.
No, because I thought you would know that Mel Brooks movie.
I do. I'm just too sick right now to do
She's
that.
half Jewish. She has to know all the Mel Brooks movies.
We would watch Young Frankenstein every Halloween at my family's house while my parents made sure all the candy was safe to eat.
Well,
they made sure the candy was safe to eat.
They ate all the candy. And
How about
gave
this
them the
one?
stuff
They
they
did. They gave her the
How about
crappy
this
candy.
I need to do a quick correction. She only has to know half the Mel Brooks
half
movies.
of the movies.
How about I've created a Munster burger?
I love the Munsters. That was a great show.
Is there a recipe you could read us?
Sure, let's do that one. Let's do that. Okay, I've created a Munster, page 34. Let's go to that. You need white button mushrooms, butter, ground beef, Munster cheese, 4 buns, green leaf or Boston
4
lettuce.
buns?
Yes, because it's 4 servings. It's 4 burgers.
Oh, okay.
I thought that's going to be like the ultimate burger.
No.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were just reading us how to make one burger.
That's what I thought too, so it's a good thing we clarified.
It says
I thought it was
green
like a
leaf
double-decker burger the way this was going.
Yeah.
Green leaf or Boston lettuce. And it says, if using Boston lettuce, consider renaming this burger the Green Munster Burger, but only if you plan on serving it to someone from Boston, because only they will get it.
It's true.
Green Monster wall and ketchup. But part of the
got
really...
lost.
The wall at Fenway is called the Green Monster.
Oh, okay.
And all that, so...
Okay.
Yeah. But part of the best part of this book is the actual dialogue and verbiage. So, for example, it tells you how to cook a basic burger best and how to cook your own fries flawlessly. So it says, for most burgers, 80% lean ground beef is as lean as you want to go. Fat is flavor. And whoever says otherwise is probably just freaking out about fat and isn't listening to what you said.
What'd you say?
Ha 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 ha. So funny, Christopher.
It was punny.
It was.
Yeah, right. Use clean hands and don't play with the meat. This includes making meat animals. This includes making meat animals or any kind of meat creature. It will be tempting, but resist.
You have to resist playing with the meat?
Yes.
Or making my
If
meat
mixing
creature.
other ingredients such as cheese or spice into your ground beef, do so gently and just to combine. The show's not called Bob's Meatloaf. It's like it's a lot of really funny descriptions.
This is such a great gift for Nicole.
It
And
is.
such a bad gift for her, too.
And then they have pictures
Because
of how to
she's
layer up these
vegetarian.
burgers.
Yes, she's
Well,
vegetarian.
actually, shockingly enough, there are 4 vegetarian burger recipes in the back of this book. So,
Well, you could
how
you
about
could kind
that?
of make them all vegetarian in one way or the other.
Yeah.
There's substitutions.
Yeah.
Fake meat, fake bacon.
So let's see. They
bacon.
have. I'm gonna get you succotash.
Nobody wants to know the vegetarian burgers. You realize that, right?
Rest in peas, and Mediterranean ain't misbehaving. Those are the vegetarian ones.
Why don't you talk about real quick the Bob's Burger conspiracy theory, and then let's do your bad movie review.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the conspiracy theory is that the entire family, aside from Bob, is dead. And they're all just like in Bob's imagination, his hallucinations. And that's why when you watch the opening of the show, the restaurant catches on fire and a car crashes into the pole that breaks the window and that kills one of them. The fire kills another. And what's the third one?
I forget.
The pests, yes, the vermin kill one of the other family members, and they're all made up in Bob's imagination. And that's why one of the first episodes, that all of the burgers are made out of human meat, because it's actually the family that's the human remains that he uses for the burgers. And in one of the other episodes, he's trapped behind the walls of the restaurant, and he's talking to all of them through the walls, and that's just him hallucinating that his family is still there while he is trapped.
The
and
conspiracy
depressed.
theory lasts over the first 3 episodes.
Yes. So those are the ones that you really want to watch and analyze if you want to keep up with this. But it really doesn't hold true when you watch the entire series, of course.
No, and Lauren Bouchard has discounted it as well.
He poo-pooed it.
But it is funny. It is a funny theory, like conspiracy theorists like to hold on to.
Well, the big thing about what debunks it is that there's episodes where, like, the kids go off and do something on their own. So Bob would be fantasizing about them having their own little side quests, and it's just too much. It doesn't make any sense.
Like when they became pot farmers.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome! And they're selling the blueberries.
See, I could say whatever about this. Like when they went to the Sea Cadets.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, and Linda was like going. That was the Burger Boss one, right? Where they were going to sea school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
and
kind
then,
of fun. Do another one.
When Gene loses his pants.
That was awesome.
Which one was that?
I just made it up.
Oh, you stumped her.
See?
When the guy who owns the theme park tries to kill Bob.
Oh, that was awesome.
I remember that one.
That sounds like something he would do. I don't remember the specifics of it, though. What's his name?
You're not saying the catchphrase.
Mr. Fishman, right?
Yeah, fish odor.
Yeah, fish odor. Yeah.
Oh, when he
That's
ties him up
Kevin
under the dock, right?
What?
Does he tie him up under the dock?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then his phone drops in the water, and then they're like, "Oh, he's probably fine."
I think that's played by Kevin Kline.
Calvin Klein?
Kevin Kline.
Oh.
The actor.
Yes.
The big movie actor.
The big movie actor.
I believe that's his character.
Who James doesn't know.
No, I
Fish Called Wanda.
Oh,
Yes.
and then there's the marshmallow, who is the like cross-dressing black man.
Oh, that
That's
was
always on the
awesome.
roller skates. He shows up from time to time.
And then the
I
episode
love
with
your enthusiasm,
when the
Chris.
transvestites get invited to the birthday party.
That was awesome.
Oh, that was great. That's a real episode.
I know. So many.
I could honestly see this again. When Captain America turns up.
That was awesome.
That doesn't happen.
What?
That doesn't
I feel like Chris Farley all of a sudden.
I'm going to go
So you're
back to
dead?
my van down by the river.
Do you remember that time when that was awesome?
It is a wonderful show, and if listening to these 2 episodes about Bob's Burgers hasn't made you want to watch it, I would seriously just
Wow, are you trying to
suck
end
it
the
up and
show
watch it
early?
No, I'm just
No,
reiterating.
she's saying that if after listening to all this information, you should run out and watch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then just not in the road, just run out, like run to the TV.
Yeah.
Don't just run out randomly like the woods.
No, just run.
And don't run out into the middle of the street without looking
Just
both ways.
run, keep running down the street
Watch
until you
screen.
see the show.
Run, Forrest, run!
Somebody will have the show playing and just run until
But
you
if
see
you
it.
don't want to watch the show and you want to watch something else burger related, you could always watch Good Burger.
Burger, home.
Is that your movie?
That's going to be my movie. Because Good Burger was based off the back of Kenan and Kel, the Nickelodeon stars, who we spoke about in previous episodes, Fame and Fortune.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
I think that's the only thing people remember about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because essentially it was the
I
two...
just don't remember it being a great skit.
No, it was just them two basically working in the McDonald's and trying to get out
Yeah.
of trouble, and Kel still loved orange soda.
And I just remember it mainly being about Kel, and they just threw Keenan in the movie.
Yeah. Who now
So that
is...
way they could market both of them at the same time.
And then Keenan's now the celebrity.
Yeah, because he's on SNL.
There's a
Forever
rumor
and ever.
that Kenan
been.
Thompson has the most logged hours as a skit comedian from all his shows.
Wow.
All that and Good Burger. And yeah, I'm not surprised. Keenan and Kel.
I think
Who
it was
would
on
have
something
thought
else.
him doing the knuckle puck would have led to that?
What's the knuckle puck?
Mighty Ducks 2.
Oh.
Come
Nope.
on, that was like his first role.
I feel that movie, The Good Burger, whatever.
Home of the Good Burger.
I'll give it 2 crumpets.
order.
That's it.
Yeah, it was Nickelodeon's finest, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they had to release Harriet the Spy after to redeem themselves.
Yep.
No, Harriet the Spy was the first movie, I thought. I have to go back and listen to the next episode.
No, that's why they don't talk about Good Burger. It was really the first. They don't want to just remember it.
Are you being serious, or are you just covering your tracks?
I'll just cover it by tracks.
All right, so what would you rate Good Burger?
I just said
2
Oh,
crumpets.
sorry.
You gotta play-
I was looking over what I'm supposed to be doing next.
Making burgers, lady.
Yeah.
Yes. Looking through all that, I promise.
Well, did we get any emails?
We did. We got one from John Tinnerman.
Tinderman.
Okay, just
What about
listen.
Tinder?
You want to swipe left?
Just listen to the Star Wars 4 episode. Is it supposed to be episode 4 or 4 episode?
Star Wars Episode 4.
Okay, Star
The
Wars.
making of Star Wars Episode 4.
Okay, what did you guys think of The Last Jedi? You guys all went to see it together on opening night. What
Yeah.
are your opinions?
We recorded that episode before we went to the movie, so we actually said that we were doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he wants resolution, I think.
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was great. I don't understand the controversy.
Yeah, I think the controversy is because people want to be different and they just wanted it to be a Skywalker-based franchise forever.
Really? Do you think so?
Yeah, and I think if this was a great story, without giving spoiler alerts, which I think we can give spoiler alerts now.
I don't know. I think this will be out like 8
April.
weeks after the
Yeah.
movie's been released. So
I think if anybody wants to see the movie, they've already seen it by now.
yeah. Spoiler alert.
JL cried. I cried. Chris laughed at us.
He did. I cried during the previews.
Yeah, it's true, because I said the meanest thing I could to JL.
You really did, and that was awful. I couldn't believe it.
What was that?
It was the preview for
Avengers.
Yeah, Infinity War. And I said, well, we know Captain America's going to die in this one. And he started welling up.
I did.
Really? You're a Captain America fan?
I am. He's my second favorite Avenger.
I have a criticism over the critics of Last Jedi.
Uh-huh.
They said it's too comedic. And I don't think it's too comedic. I think we're just used to Han Solo being the comedy foil.
Yeah, right.
So it's all one person, but all the Star Wars movies had comedy throughout them as just Han Solo doing the
bits.
The bulk of
Yeah,
it.
he did the punchlines.
And now we spread the comedy around to different characters. And I think that's what made it look funnier than the others, but it's not really.
I think Mark Hamill did a fantastic job.
Yes, he did.
I think, considering he hasn't been on the big screen for how many decades?
Yeah.
Really, like, he's done TV, but he's not done a movie, and he just came back and went like it was just walked into it. I know he's criticized his character's role on Twitter and had a lot of flack.
He's always criticized the direction of the Skywalker character, though, it seems like.
It's like he just, yeah. But I enjoyed it.
But then after he saw it, he said he loved it.
My definite peak moment was when the little green guy, Kermit the Frog, popped up, and I got goosebumps all over me.
Yoda? I think it was the puppet.
It was the puppet.
It was.
Do we have confirmation?
Yes.
I'm really, because I'm honestly, my gut says puppet. I didn't know.
It was. Everything I've read, like doing research on it, says it's the puppet.
And it was Frank Oz. Do you know who Frank Oz is?
Nope.
He's from the Muppets and the Puppets and the Jim Henson's buddy.
Nice.
So.
And he's a director, too.
How did you like it, Nicole?
I didn't see it. I have no interest.
Crickets.
Yeah, no, it's not my thing.
It's okay.
We've been over this.
Your mum liked it, though.
I know.
We were talking about that this morning.
Yep.
Hi, Nicole's mum.
Well, we should bring Nicole's mom on the show to discuss.
We should have done that because she left today. We missed our chance.
It's all right. We'll get her to call in 1 week.
Next time.
Okay. Oh, Colin would be
Is there
fun.
another email?
Yes, we have another one. It says, I would love to hear an episode on Pokemon. Any chance? Absolutely.
No.
Yes.
Yes, because there's only 8,000 Pokemon to talk about.
I think if we
I
do
will
a
bring my son.
We would have to focus mainly on the initial 100. I think there are probably special mentions for all the new
thought it was
fancy
150.
ones.
Yeah.
150. I'm sorry. Again,
Well, we
tired.
wouldn't just do an hour of listing the Pokemon.
Yes.
Oh, we
I
can't-
will bring Lex on. He can do his Pikachu impression. It'll be great.
Pika.
But
The best thing about Pokemon is we can always dispel it straight away. Because you know what? They think it's actually going on. Ash is in a coma. And
Oh,
he's
another
dreaming.
conspiracy
Yeah.
theory.
Yeah.
And he's dreaming about these monsters.
And we can talk about the episode that's only been aired once.
which
'cause it was
episode?
the blackface one.
No, well,
What?
then there's two.
What? What?
There's the blackface episode, and then the one that gave everybody seizures.
Which one
Oh,
was
the
that?
Mew. Whenever was it Mew, the one that kept on like shaking
Poly-
his ear. Yeah.
Whatever.
Polygon? Polygore?
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah, the one that gave everybody seizures.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, there's
So
a
I
lot
guess
of-
we have enough to work with if we want to do a Pokemon
Well,
episode.
can we at least do
Okay.
Transformers before that?
Okay, I mean, when we run out of stuff, maybe because
Maybe GoBots.
We'll never
We've
run
got
out
a
of
lot
stuff.
to talk about. Is basically what
Pokemon
I'm
Go.
hearing.
We can do that one.
And how
That
Don't
was
walk
the biggest thing for a year,
Don't walk
and then-
into the street. It's cold out. Didn't yours send you a notification?
Mine actually, during the one race when it was 32 degrees outside, I turned it on for the 5K just
to get your eggs.
get my eggs like hatched. And I turn it on, it loads up, and it goes, "It's cold outside. Should you really be walking?"
They're very concerned. Pokemon is a caring company.
Yeah, they were like, "It's too cold outside. Do not go outside."
Don't exercise in the cold.
Yeah, pretty much that's what it said.
So
You'll
yeah, we
never
got
catch
plenty
them
to
all
work
like
with
that.
there.
No, it was fun for a while, but I, like everyone else, kind of put it
just
down.
ate my data. I got rid of it because I was like, it's not worth it. I share data with
It got
3
boring.
other
It's,
people.
there was
It
nothing
is.
new. They needed to have fights. I needed to walk up to James and be able to fight him with our Pokemon.
You don't need a connector cable like you used to with the Game Boys. Oh, good times. When you would trade your Pokemon, it would show the little image on the screen of the Pokemon being traded through the cable.
Really funny you said cables because I'm going to have a rant, which I haven't done in a while.
Let's do it.
Microsoft have screwed me.
Again?
Screwed me hard.
More than, what was it last time?
I don't know.
Nissan?
Hyundai, Nissan, that one, yeah.
They screwed me because I have an Xbox One S and I have a Kinect, but they have this special cable that you have to use to connect them both. And the thing is, they discontinued the cable like 2 weeks ago, but haven't had it in stock for 4 months. So if anyone has a new Xbox One X or the Xbox One S and has a Kinect, it's just null and void.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. And their official response was, why not try and buy it from an unaffiliated retailer? Currently, this cable, which they sold for $30, is selling for $300 on Amazon.
Well, yeah, 'cause now that it's
So it's
discontinued,
really through
they can mark it
them,
up.
but they're not saying it's through them, is how I'm thinking.
And that was how they was the comment when you basically told me to do that. And I said, are you kidding me? I said, how about I put $30 towards it and you give me the $270 on my credit on my account? And they said no.
Yeah, why didn't the cable come with it to begin with?
I don't know. That was just them. They wouldn't sell it. You would have thought they would put it in all of the boxes. But apparently, if you bought the Xbox One S when it first came out, like 2 months it came out, that you could go online and they'd send you the cable. But after that point, they were like, screw you guys, we want to make $30. And now it's screw you guys, we want to make $300.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, that company is, barely making it. So
I know. I think, they only posted record profits again.
Yeah, so,
So Microsoft... tough.
Zero crumpets.
I did basically say, what are you going to do for me? Because I was being very sarcastic. And he said, I can't do anything for you. I said, well, I can do something for you. End this conversation.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much where I left it. And then I went on Twitter and went...
He just laughed because you're going to buy his products anyway.
Well,
some shape or form.
Well, that's the problem is, I would like to be able to use my Kinect to be able to play Battlefront, which you can come and join us with. If you join our Facebook group, send us a message. You can come join us.
Yes. What's our Facebook group?
I don't know. It's like the Podcast 42.
The official
Podcast 42 Network.
Facebook group.
Show.com. org.
It's not changing again. Nothing that we put out now is changing. I know it was confusing for a while, but there was 2 shows. We're now just 1 show. And that's it.
And we have an email, Nicole.
We do. It's podcast42show@gmail.com. That's 42 numerically. So podcast42show@gmail.com. Send us comments. Send us suggestions. Send us concerns.
Send us burger recipes.
Yeah. Any recipes, because I love to cook. So I'm
vegetarian
open for
recipes for Nicole.
I ate a lot of meat this week.
Kosher recipes for Gary.
I know that sounds bad, but I did.
And
what'd you do this week?
I'm not saying it again. If they missed it, it's their fault.
She ate a lot of meat.
And you can find us on all the podcasting stuff, all the podcasting services. We're on it all. Catch us on Spreaker.
Yay.
And you can catch us on iHeart
Yay.
Radio's app.
Yes, we
which
can.
is a pretty cool deal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, I think.
All right, cool.
Did we do all the regular plugs?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. And if you have any beer suggestions or something like that we might be able to get,
there you go.
Email them. Because if we can find it, we'll drink it.
And if we can't find it, you can send it to us.
That would be even better.
JL has a T-shirt that says that. If you can find it, I'll drink it.
I actually ran in that all weekend.
All right.
Well, until next time, who are you guys?
I'm James.
I'm Nicole.
I'm JL.
And I'm Chris.
Don't lie to us.
Bye.
Tina.
You are no longer listening to Podcast 42 on the OTL network. Bye-bye.